Hey, good morning. It's Mark here with another morning rant. Hey, real quick, let's get into the news real quick. And for those of you watching this on TikTok, if you want to catch the full video, go to Facebook at One Morning Rants. But let's get it.
Matters is Virginia Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, texted Mark Meadows, then White House Chief of Staff to President Donald Trump, 29 times. There were 29 text messages exchanged between Meadows and Ginny Thomas in the weeks and days after the 2020 election. The messages are stunning in their content. They're part of more than 2,300 messages obtained by the House January 6th Select Committee investigating the attack on the Capitol. And I'd just like to get into some of the details here because this news is significant. These are text messages that have been obtained by the January 6th committee. We have confirmed them, reviewed them at CBS News, working with the Washington Post. We've also talked to 5 people familiar with the messages, who have seen the messages, are aware of them, the dates, the content. And what you really see in these 29 messages, an exchange that went from the days after the November election all the way through January 2021, is an extraordinary pipeline between Ms. Thomas, who's a longtime conservative activist, and the Chief of Staff for the President of the United States. You have, at one point, on November 10th, after news organizations had called the election for Joe Biden, for example, Ginny Thomas wrote to Mark Meadows, quote, "Help this great president stand firm, Mark. You are the leader with him, who is standing for America's constitutional governance at the precipice. The majority knows Biden and the left are attempting the greatest heist of our history." Then a few weeks later, on November 24th, Mark Meadows, serving as White House Chief of Staff, invoked God.
All right, I'm gonna leave it right there because I want to keep this short. So why is this significant? Why is this important? Because Justice Clarence Thomas, the black guy that you saw, Justice Clarence Thomas, conservative justice on the Supreme Court, he was the only consenting vote. He was the only dissenting vote that allowed for the January 6th committee to get the archive records. Out of 9 justices, Clarence Thomas did not want the January 6th investigating committee to get Donald Trump's archive messages. Why? Because his wife's information was in there. He should have recused himself. He should have removed himself from that decision. But no, he stayed on. And I would say he even tried to convince people to vote with him. So there you go. I don't even have to go no more than a TikTok 3 minutes on this, because here we got Justice Clarence Thomas. Now, she did not, in her 29 emails, text messages, Jim Acosta goes on further to report, and being accurate and being fair here, she did not invoke Justice Clarence Thomas, her husband, in none of her text messages. She did not invoke the Supreme Court in none of her text messages. However, by her being a Supreme Court justice wife and getting involved in something like this is not a good look for the Supreme Court as a whole and Justice Clarence Thomas in general. Because you got the wife of a Supreme Court justice out here advocating, and she's free to do so. She's free to do so. But she's out here advocating for a president who legitimately lost the election. She's advocating for them to do whatever they can to keep him in power. And then she has a husband on the Supreme Court that when all of the shenanigans came down, he was the dissenting vote on allowing the January 6th committee to access the text messages, the archives, and all the other records of the Trump administration. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Did he know that she had texted Mark Meadows, the Chief of Staff? Did he, as the number 2 guy, he's the most senior guy on the Supreme Court right now, but he's the number 2 guy as far as Supreme Court hierarchy. So why would the number 2 guy, the number 2 Supreme Court justice, he's not the chief, but why would he not recuse himself? Maybe because he wanted to sit in on the Supreme Court meetings. Maybe he wanted to sit in on the Supreme Court meetings to inform those that are outside the Supreme Court what's going on. Why would he want to be involved in this Supreme Court case? He should have recused himself. Just like what they're doing to Ketanji Jackson Brown Jackson. They're trying to get her to recuse herself from certain Supreme Court decisions that may have to come down on stuff that she ruled when she was a lower justice. All justices do this. When they are involved in a case from a previous court and they go to a higher court, they remove themselves from the decision, so it don't look like they're trying to conspire to keep their decision going. Why did he stay on? Why did Justice Clarence Thomas stay on? Why did he dissent? Out of 9 justices, that tells you it was bipartisan. All Supreme Court justices, conservative appointed justice and liberal appointed justices, they all said that Joe Biden, President Biden, has the okay to deny Trump from trying to seek executive privilege, and that the January 6th committee can access those records. Why would he dissent to that? I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to leave it alone. There you go. There you got the news. And for those conservatives out there who are still hell-bent on saying, because I get it a lot. I get it on Facebook. I get it on YouTube. I get it everywhere. Why are you listening to CNN, MSNBC, and in this case, CBS? Why are you listening to the lamestream media? Do not worry about where the message comes from. Did you get the message? Everybody here are using primary and reliable secondary sources. It's just that they're reporting it. They're reporting primary and secondary sources. I'm showing you that they're using primary and secondary sources. If you can't fathom that, we can't have a conversation. We cannot have a conversation. If you can't listen to the message and respond to the message, we can't even talk. I can't talk to you. Because we have to agree on certain parameters before we start discussing the issue. Address this. I'm going to leave it alone, people. Hey, today is Friday. Thank heavens today is Friday. I am exhausted. But hey, I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you have a great Friday and have a great weekend. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.